Okay, so here's what we're looking at is, all right, so your wife got corona. How did this come about?
Well, we went to a friend's house to watch the Alabama game Saturday night. We stayed over there and spent the night, right?
Yeah.
Well, we drank a few beers, whatever, hung out. Well, that night she started getting a sore throat, and then we went in there and went to bed. I woke up the next morning, her throat was locked up. She's like, I can't swallow. I haven't slept all night. I've been up with my sore throat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had a killer headache that night. I only drank a few beers. I mean, god awful headache. So I started thinking, my blood pressure's high or something like that. I hope I don't stroke out. My mom just had a stroke recently or whatever. Now I think it's because I got the coronavirus.
Yeah.
But yeah, her throat locked up and she couldn't even swallow. I like anything. So we end up giving it a few days. I think day before yesterday, she was getting really congested. So we made her go to the doctor and get tested, and sure enough,
Yeah.
she was positive.
So here's my idea or the hypothesis that I have. I think that God's really smart. And I think that he made our body to kill and become immune to virus, bacteria, molds, fungus.
Even man-made viruses.
Of course, anything. Because think about it like this. How quickly do you start to decompose after you die?
Immediately.
All those things are attacking you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Your immune system is fighting that
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's really resilient. Now, what happens is you have killer T's and macrophages
Mm-hmm.
in the immune system. Your killer cells go in, attack, kill, whatever it is, and then your macrophages will envelop and take things out of the system. So I think if we could boost killer T and macrophage activity,
Mm-hmm.
that it would directly give you a heck of a group of soldiers. It would increase the number of soldiers in the immune system, so you would kill it out more easily, more quickly, and earlier, right?
Okay.
Provided you don't have an autoimmune disorder.
Mm-hmm. Which she does not.
We don't want to do that. If you have a problem when the immune system's attacking you, we don't want to increase it, make it strong.
No. Yeah.
But in most people's cases, the products in that product called IS3, which is Immune Support 3, this right here has been proven in studies to boost the immune system, the killer T and macrophage activity by 700% in as little as 7 days. Like, we can pause it if you need answers.
No, I was cutting it off so it don't.
Yeah. All right. So the ingredients in there proven to boost immune function, your killer T and macrophage activity by 700% in as little as 7 days. That's shown in studies. If we do that, it gives you a darn good chance at killing this out. People who have the flu take it, knocks it out within about 2 to 3 days.
They probably won't need that this year. There's no flu.
I know, it's amazing, right? But this you take on an empty stomach because one of the main ingredients is called inositol hexaphosphate, which has actually been also proven to reverse cirrhosis of the liver.
Wow.
Like, no joke. It binds to heavy metals and takes them out of the system so the liver can heal. It's got cordyceps synthesis, which grows on the back of a freaking caterpillar in China.
Really?
I don't know who figured that one out, but that's where they get it.
Okay.
And then it's got your beta 1316D glucans. Those 3 ingredients are the ones that are shown and proven to boost killer T and macrophage activity. Now, the other ingredients in here are to also help the liver, but that's the most comprehensive product with the potassium bicarbonate, which directly kills out stuff. You got quercetin. The ingredients in there you just can't find hardly anywhere. The next thing, now this you can only do in research for research purposes, and you can't give this to your wife.
Yeah.
But in a perfect world, if we were in a free nation, she could use something like SR9009.
Okay.
This is pretty cool. When you speed up cellular reproduction in the body, you have a clock, a circadian clock, that everything runs off of. When a virus or cancer or something like that is in the body, it has to run off of your circadian clock. It masks itself and it protects itself by mimicking everything in your body. When you throw off the circadian clock, it exposes virus and cancer cells because they can't change as quickly as your natural cells do.
Okay.
And that leaves them open for the immune system to identify them, kill them, and get them out of the system. So with a virus, that the body is, number one, trying to identify and differentiate between all other cells. It makes it easier for it to do it. Number two, you're speeding up cellular reproduction. This means more killer cells, and you make things happen more quickly.
Gotcha.
Now we want to be sure that we stay hydrated during that time, because you have to have detoxification anytime that you have sped up cellular reproduction. You have sped up cellular death.
Dilution is a solution to pollution.
That's exactly right. That's chemistry. Like that. That's how you get rid of oil spills too.
Okay.
It's called a hurricane.
Yeah.
It's just gone. But then, believe it or not, that right there, Trim RX, that has TA65, which costs like $700 for a month's supply normally. When you get China to make it, you can get it really cheap.
Okay.
It's kind of nice to be able to do that. But that TA65 is a direct antimicrobial and antiviral. It is also what lengthens telomeres in the body. You know what telomeres are?
They're the strands in your DNA.
Yeah, they're the things that hold our DNA together. Like at the end of a shoestring, that little end thing that keeps it all together.
And they pretty much tell your chronological age, correct?
Yeah, and as they get destroyed, well,
We
so
age.
do we.
Yeah.
So to restore that, there's only two things before TA65 that they knew of that actually did that.
Intermittent fasting?
Temporary starvation and
I don't know the other.
physical stress,
That's right.
working out.
That's the part I forgot.
Yeah. So anybody that wants to live longer, the two things proven to do that are working out and temporarily starving yourself.
Then why,
You know
why in the heck didn't primitive man live longer than us then?
They did.
Too many dangers?
You don't remember Adam and Eve?
Oh yeah, I remember
They
that.
lived a long time.
A lot longer.
And God said that you should fast. I wonder why. He might have had this thing figured out. One of the reasons that we live longer whenever we fast, though, is we have so many toxins in our food that giving the body a chance to detox from that crap
Exactly.
is really nice. Anytime that you create energy, you create a waste. And think about energy, like the sun comes down, it beats down on the roof of your house. It'll destroy your house. If you don't have something to convert that energy into life, like chlorophyll does with plants, like we do with vitamin D, or like TA65 does with your DNA.
Okay.
So you have to have a converter there. So anyway, that along with the alpha GPC, which is kind of some cool stuff to have in there for the brain. You've got oxbile to help with digestion, and also it's got your berberine in there. That outperforms metformin
Really?
in studies. Double-blind controlled placebo studies show it to be more effective than metformin for diabetics.
Really?
You know what that does for muscle?
I do not.
That will shove, it acts as insulin. It shoves all your energy into your muscle, turning Snickers bars into muscle.
Okay.
That's why it's Trim RX. It literally will cut the body fat down and create muscle out of body fat if you're dieting. If you're just eating a lot, it creates a lot of muscle, but it turns fat into muscle. The other thing that, well, I don't have right here, but she really could use some MSM for detoxification, hydration, and putting elasticity back in the cells. Anytime that you have something wrong with the body and you have to kill something, you have to detox it. Water is great. MSM puts the elasticity back in things, and then these pH drops will alkalize, or actually they are an electrolyte formulation that will keep you from dehydrating from distilled water.
Okay.
You know, if you drink the distilled water, you dehydrate.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to get spring water with minerals still in it. These are those minerals But also this, we have a patent on, proving that we can alkalize the human body within 90 days.
Really?
We got that patent, and we base every product that nutritional healthcare has is based off that patent, so no one else can make our products. So that means they are exclusive to us, and the absorption factor is 10 times higher than anything else because of that alkalization.
Nice.
And anyway, if you put these on your fingers, it will eat your fingerprints off.
Seriously?
It is so alkaline, it will burn you, just like acid does.
So make sure you just put it in your water.
Yeah, don't put it in your eyes, it hurts like hell. Somebody told me that one time.
Not on your tongue.
Yeah, no, you put it on your tongue and it'll burn like acid. Another idea, which is something that we just got in, is this stuff. It's called thymosin alpha 1. And this is 10 milligrams of it, which is a pretty good dose, but this will, if I'm not mistaken, this rebalances the immune system to function basically like it did when you were 18. Like, it's got a lot of studies on it, and it is the new TB500, because TB500 is thymosin beta 500. This is thymosin alpha 1. It is supposedly TB500 on steroids.
Okay.
And not only does it help with the capillaries and things, but this is more systemic in dealing with immune function and things like that. If they're right about this stuff,
It's like a super anti-inflammatory.
yeah, it's anti-inflammatory, and also, well, the immune system causes inflammation. It is directly in cause of making that inflammatory response. So if you get cut up, banged up, bruised up, burned up, or you get poisoned, it puts that in between the rest of the body until it figures out what the hell's going
Like
on.
a buffer.
Yeah. So anytime there's pain, there's inflammation, but also in heart disease, when you have cracked and bleeding arterial walls, inflammatory response is necessary and goes in there, but it also causes you to have high blood pressure. So getting rid of the inflammation in the body is one of the hardest things to do, and one of the keys to keeping your heart healthy. Like, literally, we could reduce heart disease by about half by doing that. So anyway, those are the main things. So basically, what I would do if I were her, I would take 3 of these 3 times a day on an empty stomach. Because what that's going to do is it's going to go in, boost the immune system, killer T macrophage activity, put that in all her water and drink as much as she can. 1 drop per ounce of all her water. There's 1,250 drops in one of these bottles. So
Okay.
don't ask me how we know that, but that's how many it's supposed to be in. But this 1 a day will be more than enough
Okay.
for that purpose, because probably gonna lose weight while you're sick anyway. And that'll do that. Now, if she was a fish, frog, monkey, mouse, saber-tooth, spider, cricket, she could take 2 of those a day. But unfortunately,
She's a human.
Yeah, the medical profession won't let us do that, so she's just gonna have to be sick. Anyway, that's what I would do with some MSM, which I've got somewhere for her. I'll just take 3 of them in the morning, 3 of them at night, but it has to be separate from the IS-3 by an hour, because the
Separate from this?
From this one, the big one.
Okay.
Because the inositol hexaphosphate will bind to the ascorbic acid, and both will become inert.
Really? They
Yeah.
cancel each other out?
Yeah, it won't hurt anything, but they won't do nothing either.
Okay.
So to preserve that one, you want to take it apart from vitamin C.
Okay.
Not just vitamin C, but ascorbic acid specifically. You can take it with any other vitamin C, just not ascorbic acid.
Okay.
And that's in MSM plus C. So take them separate, and I'll bet you within 2 days she's feeling better. Within 5, she'll be good to go.
Okay. Cool.
Like, no doubt. So it'll be a good test run, and we'll see what happens, because one thing I do know is it ain't gonna hurt nothing.
That's right.
So can't do anything to get better, you might as well try, right? That's the great thing about natural products. Most of the time you don't have to worry about that long list of side effects that you see on those 10 commercials where you get anal seepage and instant death and all that other crap. So anyway, we'll see if we can get this.